Hello everyone, it is Saturday 1st of August and it's the start of hibernation. So I thought I would vlog it, but yeah, it's around 1 p.m. and I have been just cleaning the house today and I went for a run. I need a shower now. But yeah, I haven't read much. I finished The Shepherd's Hut by Tim Winton yesterday and it was just okay. I didn't particularly like it or dislike it. I also started early this morning Me and White Supremacy by Layla Saad, and that is not part of my hibernation TBR, but I wanted to start it because it's supposed to be a 28-day challenge in which each day you look at a prompt and like do something. So yeah, I wanted to start it at the beginning of August. And that one is, I don't know. I mean, I understand the points it's trying to make and they are good points, but at the same time I find that it's equating race and culture like they are the same thing. So for example, one of the questions like you had to think about today in the first day was like, do you go to the supermarket and find all the foods you identify as culturally yours? And it's like, I don't, because I live in a country that is different from where I'm from. So yeah, in that sense, like no, that doesn't work. But I mean, I get the point, and it's only day one. Probably it's not in all the prompts, but yeah, I thought it was a bit oversimplistic in that sense. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I haven't started my TBR yet. But now, so this afternoon, we're having a small barbecue with some friends because it was my partner's birthday yesterday and he also graduated a couple of weeks ago, so he wanted a bit of a celebration. So we thought we will do that. But it's still a couple of hours from people to come. We still have to go to the supermarket. But other than that, I think we're fine. So I think I can at least have a couple of like 30 minutes or something that I can sit down and read for a bit, and we'll see what happens tonight, how long that it goes. So yeah, we'll see. It's not a very successful first day of the readathon, but hopefully I can catch up. But yeah, I'll go now, have a shower and make some tea maybe. So yeah. Hello everyone, so it's Sunday and yeah, I didn't read anything yesterday. I think I read a grand total of like 10 pages of Fleishman is in Trouble, and then guests started to come and yeah, we were there until like 3 in the morning, but it was fun. Yeah, it was not such a big group of people and we were outside, so I think it was okay. But now it's around 11. We woke up a couple of hours ago and we have been cleaning the house. And I think now I'm going to make something to eat because I haven't eaten anything yet. And then I'll sit down and read, finally. But I'm quite tired, so we'll see how much I can read before I fall asleep. But that's the plan. Hello everyone, so it's about 8:30 on Sunday, on Sunday already, and I'm so tired. I slept a couple of hours in the afternoon, but yeah, I read for a bit of Fleishman is in Trouble by Taffy Brodesser-Akner, and it's okay so far. It's a bit ridiculous, but I think that's the point, I think. But I am only like 60 pages into it. I haven't had a lot of time to read. I read a bit and then I met up with a friend and we went for a walk. It was supposed to be a short walk, but then we walked all the way to the beach, which is maybe like 45 minutes, and then we walked a bit in the beach and then came back. So we were like there for like a couple of hours, and then we came home and ate some leftover cake in the garden, and now I have just made some tea, and I'm going to sit down and read a bit more of this. It has not been a huge reading weekend, but that's okay. I mean, there was a lot of things going on, and it's also important to spend time with family and friends and people we care about. So I'm not too bothered about it, but I would have liked to read a bit more of this. So yeah, I will see how it goes because I'm really tired, but at least I want to get to 100 pages or so. So yeah, those are my plans for the evening. I guess I'll check with you tomorrow. Hello everyone. So it's around lunchtime on Monday, and yesterday I didn't read as much as I wanted to, but I still read quite a bit. I am now in page 136 of Fleishman is in Trouble, so about a third of the way, and I'm liking it. I'm not loving it. I understand why a lot of people don't like it. I think it's very it's supposed to be, or at least that's how I'm reading it, as a satire of all these very sexual, very manly books that many male authors write, and this I'm reading it as a parody of that. A bit the way that Don Quixote is supposed to be a parody of cavalry stories, so it's kind of ridiculous. So yeah, this book is quite ridiculous as well, and I think that's intentional. But I can understand why, if you don't gel with that humor, you will not enjoy it. But I am enjoying it so far. I think I will read some more of this in the evening. But I don't know how much of it. I would like to finish it, but I don't know if I would be able to, because I want to go running later, although it's horrible weather, so I don't know if I will be able to. And then also my partner and I, we did this thing at the beginning of the year in which we will sit together for an hour and teach each other's languages to each other, and we haven't done that for a while because we were very busy, but we have decided to start it again, so we're doing that tonight. So yeah, hopefully that will not take a huge amount of time and I will be able to read quite a bit of that. The other thing I have been reading, like on breakfast and lunches, is The Source of Self-Regard by Toni Morrison. I was reading that last month and I wanted to finish it last month, but I was not able to, so I'm just finishing off this month, and I think I will be able to finish it maybe tomorrow or the day after. I'm reading like 10-20 pages a day. And yeah, and also I did my day 3 prompt for me and white supremacy, and now it's getting better. Like, it's getting away from all the cultural stuff, and it's just more relevant and more specific prompts, journaling prompts and thinking prompts, so I'm liking it that much more. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say. I'll talk to you later, hopefully when I read something. Hello everyone. So it's around 10 p.m. and we finished dinner, we finished our language exchange, and now I'm in bed and I'm ready to start Fleishman is in Trouble again. I have read a little bit. I'm page 171 while I was cooking, but yeah, I'm going to now go and read some of this. I am not going to finish it today, but hopefully tomorrow. It's taking me a lot longer than I thought it was going to, but I'm enjoying it so far. So yeah, we'll see. Hello everyone, it is about lunchtime on Tuesday, and I have several things to update you on. So first of all, I forgot to tell you that yesterday after work I finished Heartstopper by Oseman. It's a comic book, so it took me only a couple of hours to read, and yeah, it's about these two boys, basically boy meets boy, they fall in love, that kind of thing, but one of them is not sure of his sexuality, so they are exploring that. And I mean, they are cute sometimes, but I feel like this is very heavily trying to educate me on how these things happen. More than it was more than about the story or the characters, it was just trying to show certain things, how basically how someone might question their sexuality, what is the process of coming out, that kind of thing, and the different conflicts that might cause in different cultures. And it just had these characters as examples of those points rather than having an actual story. So that was a bit, yeah, I don't know, weird, but it was okay. I mean, they are cute, so that's fun. And yeah, also I finished The Source of Self-Regard this morning by Toni Morrison, and yeah, I really liked some of the essays. Some of them are a bit too academic for me, and they went over my head, but there was one, I think it was the penultimate one, that it was really good. She talks about how black women are treated. Like she started by saying, I had this interview and I explicitly said I don't want to talk about race, so she was hoping that she would be asked, just as a writer, what she thinks about literature and what her opinions are on that. But that doesn't happen because people just see her race, and also she gave some examples of white people writing about black women like they're animals, and like this kind of superiority that people have sometimes. So yeah, that was super interesting, and I really like that. So yeah, and that's something I finished. And then about Fleishman is in Trouble, I read quite a chunk last night. I am about 250 pages into this, so I'm hoping I can finish it today. But yeah, I also want to start Little Eyes by Samanta Schweblin, and another thing that I want to start that is not in my original Hibernation TBR is Such a Fun Age by Reid, because it's part of Kieran's book club for the Booker Prize. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, those are my plans. I'm probably going to have lunch now and maybe start Little Eyes, because I also realized that this is the only physical book I have in my TBR, and I wanted to go maybe to the beach later because it's quite nice weather, so I can read that this there. So yeah, that's it. Oh, and I also did my prompt for Me and White Supremacy today. And yeah, that one is getting a lot better. The first day was a bit of a miss, but the rest of the days are being very interesting. So yeah, I'll talk to you later. Hello everyone. So it's Wednesday morning. I'm just going to start working in a little bit. But I wanted to update you on what I read yesterday, because I read quite a lot actually. So when I was working, I started listening to the audiobook of Their Eyes Were Watching God by Zora Neale Hurston. And yeah, I'm liking that so far. I normally don't... Audiobook is not my preferred format, so I don't know if I will get all of what I can get from that book in audiobook, but the library didn't have a physical copy, so I decided to just go with the audiobook. And then I read a bit more of Fleishman is in Trouble in the Beach. I think I have like 80 pages left of that, and I'm enjoying that quite a bit. I understand the criticism of it's a bit ridiculous how like good and everyone loves Fleishman and stuff, and how Rachel is portrayed like this evil woman, but I think it's intentionally supposed to be like a parody, I think, so that's okay, that's working for me. And then I also, before and after the beach, I read Little Eyes by Samanta Schweblin, and actually that one is not very long. I think it's about 200 pages in my ebook version, and I have about 50 pages left. And that one is a bit disappointing, to be honest. So it follows, there is these toys that are called Kentucky, and they can be in different animal forms, and they have cameras in the eyes, so people buy those, and then people can also buy connection to the cameras, and it's like one connection per camera. It's not like a lot of people are watching the same camera. And I think that it's trying to make a commentary on like the voyeurism, and of course it follows all over the world, like some Kentuckys that are sold all over the world, and the connections bought all over the world. But yeah, like the commentary on voyeurism and why people would even buy toys that they know have cameras in them, I think it's very superficial so far. I mean, I only have 50 pages left. It could change, but so far it's just, I don't get the point of the book, I think. So we'll see how that ends. But yeah, I think I can finish that and Fleishman is in Trouble today. I don't know about the Zora Neale Hurston, because yeah, that I'm about 30% in the way in. I have quite a bit of work to do today, but most of it is quite mechanical, so I think that I would be able to listen to a big chunk, but I don't know if I will finish it. Hello everyone, so it's about 9 p.m. and after work I was reading Fleishman is in Trouble outside, and I finished it just now. I went for a run, came back and sit and finished the last 20 pages, and I don't know how to feel about it, to be honest. So it follows Toby Fleishman, which is a doctor in the middle of a divorce, and he had the children for the weekend, and when the wife was supposed to come pick them up, she just never comes and she kind of disappears, and most of the book is about Toby and how he reacts to that and what's the relationship with his wife Rachel. And it's narrated from Toby's friend perspective, or at least she narrates it, but Toby is like the main perspective that we get, so how mad he is at the wife and so on. But the last section, the last like 80 pages or so, they are more from the wife's perspective and the wife's story, and also the story of the narrator. And it's a complete different tone and a complete different story. So I was a bit confused by that, and I don't know how I feel about that. But overall, I quite enjoyed this book. So yeah, I finished that one. I also have like 40 pages left of Little Eyes, so I think I'm going to have some dinner now and finish that off, and then if I have time I will start Such a Fun Age by Reid. Hello everyone, so it's Friday morning before work, and I realized I forgot to update you yesterday, but actually on Wednesday night I finished Little Eyes by Samanta Schweblin, and it was a bit it felt like short stories, but very disconnected, and there was not a plot, there was no character development. So I think the point was to explore the topic of voyeurism and how these things happen, but it never was explored very well. I never understood really why anyone would think it's a good idea to get a toy that has cameras on it. And I understand also that that's part of like I don't know, computers and phones spying on us, but still it felt very shallow and not very informative on that side. So I don't know what really the point was. And I also yesterday I finished Their Eyes Were Watching God, and that one was quite good. Like the first half of the book, I thought it was okay, like standard American novel, like John Steinbeck and stuff like that, which is it's not that it's bad, but it's not my favorite. But then the second half of the book really was much more interesting for me, and it took a turn that I was not expecting, and I really liked. So yeah, I really like that. And then I am about 200 pages into Such a Fun Age. I wanted to read more of that yesterday, but I didn't have the time. And that one is first of all, I think it's quite explained when you hear, it's about this black nanny that takes the child to a grocery store, and then the security of the store thinks that she stole the child, and it makes this big thing. I don't think it's about that. I mean, that's like the Kickstarter of the novel, but that happens in September, and where I am is about almost Christmas. It's after Thanksgiving, so I think it's almost Christmas. And it basically follows the employer, the white employer, and the boyfriend of Emira, which is the black sitter. And they knew each other before, and their relationship and their biases and their racism, that's the main thing that is happening. It's not so much about the sitter herself, and that specific event is not, I mean, yes, it's referenced throughout, but it's not the main thing that happens. So yeah, and so far it's the characters feel very two-dimensional, and story is not, it's discussing quite a lot of racism and microaggressions, but in a very in-your-face way, without, I don't know, it does not go deep into anything. It doesn't develop the story or the characters. It feels like everything is directed so that she can make these points that she wants to make, but it doesn't really feel like a well-constructed story. So yeah, I'm a bit meh about that one. It's not that it's a bad book, but I mean, for being in the long list of the Booker Prize, I don't think it's that good. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, now I have to start working, and today it's quite a busy day, I think. We have to sadly go to a funeral, and then we might go to the beach later in the evening. and of course I have to work, so we'll see how much I can read. But yeah, I want to at least finish Such a Fun Age and start How We Disappear by Jing-JIng Lee, so I can finish that tomorrow in time for the hibernation end, because that's the last prompt I have. Hello everyone, so it's Saturday, it's the last day of the hibernation readathon, and it's so hot. It's so hot today, but it's around noon. I have been cleaning the house a little bit, and it was full of sand from yesterday, and then I went to the supermarket because we have a barbecue tonight, but yeah, now I think I'm going to make some small lunch. I'm not very hungry, and a lot of water, and maybe sit in the garden and read a little bit. Yesterday I finished Such a Fun Age by Reid, and I have to say the last 50 pages or so were more focused on Emira, so I like them better. They were more interesting for me, but overall the book was a bit of a disappointment, because it was more about the issues it was trying to discuss, which were valid issues to discuss, but it was more about the issues than about the plot or the characters. And I think that if you want to talk about those issues, you can always write a non-fiction rather than a fiction that is not really about anything. So yeah, it was a bit flat for me. And I also started How We Disappear by Jing-JIng Lee. I'm about 40 pages in, so I don't have a lot to say yet. But yeah, that's the last book in my TBR for the hibernation, so I will try to finish it today. We'll see how that goes. And I also started like the first 20 pages of Dead Sand by Jing-JIng Lee yesterday in the beach. And yeah, I don't have a lot to say about that either. But yeah, I'll keep you posted how much I read of How We Disappear. So yeah. Hello everyone. So it is around 5 p.m. On Saturday, and I'm 2/3 into How We Disappear by Jing-JIng Lee. I have been reading that on the afternoon, and I'm liking it so far. It's about this girl during Second World War that was taken from her home and taken into she's from Singapore, but she's taken to a Japanese soldiers camp, and she's yeah, brutally raped several times a day, and all the girls, it's about her and all the girls that are there, but also there is a parallel story in modern times from Kevin, which is a boy living in Singapore, and it seems that it's his grandchild, but there are some mysteries with that, so we are following those mysteries now, and I'm liking it so far. I prefer the World War II story, but yeah, other than that, both are interesting. It's just personal preference, although I guess that if it was only that, it would be very brutal to read. So yeah, that's my update for now. I think my friends are coming for barbecue in a few minutes, so I'll get those things ready, and hopefully I will be able to finish this tonight. Which will be perfect for the end of hibernation, but we will see. I will keep you updated.
This color, this color.
Hello everyone, so it's Sunday morning and the hibernation is over, but I thought I would come and update you on what I read for it, and if I finished or not all the books. So last night I was reading How We Disappear by Jing-JIng Lee, and I didn't manage to finish it. I'm I think 20 or 30 pages from the end, but I was way too tired last night to finish it. But yeah, I with like those 20 pages to go, I really liked it. It was a very hard-hitting story. So yeah. So yeah, apart from that, I finished all of the other prompts, so I would still call this a success. Let me know if you have read any of these books, and if you like them or not, and what you read for the hibernation, if you participated. and see you in the next video.